In this video, I want to discuss the concept of sentence elements and sentence patterns and a pattern unit. The elements are the individual parts of the sentences that we've been learning. They are the subject, the verb, the direct object, the indirect object, the subject complement, we'll call it an SC for subject complement, the object complement. Now, because these also form parts of sentences, we can include adverbs, adjectives, prepositional phrases, things like that. But you should know that these things are not as weighty or as instrumental in developing a complete sentence as the elements themselves are. So I'm sort of playing with the term. I wish I could be a little more distinctive with this, but at least we'll keep the lowercase for elements that we can disregard when we try to determine what sort of pattern we're dealing with. Now, these are the major elements. So let's just say major elements and minor elements. All right. Now, sentence patterns or pattern units are the major elements as they may often appear in an English construction, an English sentence. All right. So we very much have a subject plus verb pattern. Then we have a subject plus verb plus direct object. We have a subject plus verb plus indirect object plus direct object. This is a V. We have subject plus verb plus subject complement. Now, some people will call this a linking verb. They'll put an L in front of LV for linking verb. But a linking verb is a type of verb. We may as well stay with a general category of verb so that we have fewer gears to play around with, all right? And then we have the subject plus verb plus direct object plus object complement. So far, we have these 5 patterns. And the promise of this sort of study, which is, you know, it's along the type of what's called the generative grammar, is that much of what you speak in English is going to be put into some sort of pattern like this. Now, it will be filled out and expanded with these types of minor elements. But the patterns themselves essentially stay the same. So now, this is not taking into account commands or questions or colloquial speech, which includes a lot of stylistic and comprehensive fragments. But you know, the idea is if you're going to write a sentence that is in standard examination or analysis is going to be recognized as a correct sentence, it's going to be in one of these patterns. Now, there may be 1 or 2 more patterns that I'll bring to play here, but let's start with these 5. All right. Now, the thing that we're going to try to do next from here is learn how to combine these patterns together. All right. But what you should know at this point is that these are sentence patterns. These are just patterns at this point. We can call each one of these a pattern unit. 1 unit, 2 unit, 3 unit, 4 unit, 5, because they're different patterns. But we're playing with words then. We may as well just call them patterns. You know that each pattern has a clause. You see the clause there? That's a clause. Just the S plus the V, the subject plus the verb, is the clause. So you have patterns, and each pattern has a clause. But the patterns, 4 of them, are more than just the clause. Okay, so let's not just say patterns equal clauses. These are your clauses, patterns. And if we were to actually, you know, capitalize the first word and put a period, an end stop, remember, sentences in English are going to end with a period, an exclamation point, or a question mark. Those are the only 3 marks that end the sentence. That's what we call them end stop or stop marks. End stop, it's all the same. Okay, so these 3 So if we were to put a capital letter here and that, we would go from patterns to sentences now. And each one of these, let's put a period here, capital S, another period, and well, let's just put a question mark here. But you know, we don't usually. This has some problems of its own, but the thing is, each one of these then becomes a simple sentence. A simple sentence has one sentence pattern that is punctuated as a sentence, capital at the beginning and a mark of end punctuation at the end, and there's only one sentence pattern at play in those group of words. That's called a simple sentence.